Folks, welcome to the studio. It's Pete Thorn, and hey, you heard it on all the guitar parts on the track at the beginning of the video from Horizon Devices. It is the Flux Echo. It's not just an echo, it's an echo as well as a reverb in one pedal. Now, you heard me use it on all those guitar parts on the track at the beginning of the video in the effects loop of my PT15 amp. Actually, I used two PT15 amps in stereo just for fun. So in other words, guitar into the PT15, effects send out into the mono input of this pedal, and then I took the stereo outputs and plugged them into the effects returns of two PT15s so we could hear the pedal in glorious stereo. But you can of course use it in mono if you want as well. Now there's three different distinct voices available on the switch here on this pedal. There's a lightly modulated reverb with a smooth reverse delay. That sounds like this. There's also a warm ambient reverb with clean analog style delay repeats. And last but not least, there's a nice shimmer style reverb with tape style repeats. That sounds like this. Of course, there's an on-off switch, and then there's also a tap tempo button that allows you to tap in quarter notes, but it'll also double as a hold feature. So you can hold down that button and you can kind of infinite sustain both the delay and the reverb with that feature. As far as the controls on here, you get an overall effect mix control, and I should say that using it in the loop of the amp, I almost felt like this pedal is really tailored for effects loops because the mix comes on pretty quick. You can of course use it in front of amps as well, but many times I find with like mix controls on delays and reverbs, using them in effects loops of amplifiers, it's almost like the mix was more tailored for the front end of an amp where the designer maybe thought, you know, the pedal's going to come on faster if you use it in front of any sort of gain or an amp compression or anything like that. This one, not so. That mix comes on real soon, and you can definitely get like lots of effect within the first half of the travel of the mix control. You also have here a reverb decay control, so you can get real short verbs or longer reverbs. You've got a tone control there that allows you to set the tone of mainly the echo, I think. It might be for the reverb as well, but I mainly hear the echoes getting darker. And this allows you to actually make the delay sit way, way more in the background or sort of be more up front. And then you've got a delay feedback control here, so you can crank it up and get you know, some oscillation, things like that, or tame it down to one repeat if that's what you want. So you don't have an individual mix control over the delay and the reverb. You bring up the mix control and you kind of get both coming on at once, but between the tone control there and the feedback and the reverb decay, you can kind of blend the delay and the reverb and get a nice mix happening if you want a little bit more or less of the echo, let's say. I want to solo some of those parts from the track at the beginning of the video outside the mix now so you can clearly hear them. I really enjoyed using the pedal for both lead sounds as well as cleaner sounds. I know it seems to be most of the guys that have made videos of the pedal already are watching that kind of focus on the sort of the ambient and that sort of thing, you know, the shimmer reverbs and stuff, those sort of properties of this pedal. But I thought it was a lot of fun using it on solos and stuff like that as well, with some dirt coming out of the amplifier. And once again, definitely worked great in the effects loop of the amp and using it almost more like you would use like a rack style effect to add some really lush sounding reverb as well as, you know, really nice stereo delay to the sound. Also going to play another part through my TC Ditto looper through the pedal and just flip the switches, turn the knobs and stuff so you can really distinctly hear the different effects that the pedal is capable of making. Guitar geeks, it's the Horizon Devices Flux Echo, reverb and echo in one pedal. Works super good in the effects loops of my PT15 amps. It was nice and quiet, and also I could get pretty much everything I needed out of it as far as great ambient style reverbs, analog and tape style echoes. Shimmer reverb on the stereo pan guitars was really lovely. I really enjoyed the reverse reverb too, which sometimes for me is hard to get to sound good on parts. I loved the character that it added to the clean guitar that sort of started off the song, the main guitar part in the song, and how it just kind of drifts in and out and stuff. And I also love when I bend notes up and the reverb then bends down and that kind of thing. So reverse reverb is really fun that way. And yeah, I was really happy with the way it ended up sounding on that particular guitar part. And the ambient reverb with the clean analog style delay was just perfect for the lead guitar part. I felt like it never got too forward or took over the main guitar sound too much, and yet whenever I'd slide off a note or anything like that, it would clearly be there to fill up the space and just added the perfect ambience to the part. Click the link down in the video description below. It'll take you to all the info you could ever want to know about the Flux Echo from Horizon Devices. Please hit subscribe if you haven't. Hit the little bell beside the subscribe. I can't talk. And you will get an alert every time I put out a video. I'll see you soon for more videos and guitar-related stuff. I'm Pete Thorn. Over and out.